Morning everybody, Spoon with Nature here. So I think we're finally a go on this project here. A buddy of mine, Chris, wanted to know if I could make a new gun stock for a shotgun, a new butt stock. So I was like, hey, why not? And 4 times I said, hey, why not? So this is number 5. I got some Indiana black walnut here, and it finally got it dried out. It's a process you can't rush. It just kind of does what it wants. Did seal the end of the grain on both ends, and that way it would keep it from splitting. I've already outlined the shape of this, and I'm not going to cut this out yet because this is kind of where I messed up before. I tried transferred measurements and starting on this one and going through the buttstock and then coming out the top, and it just didn't work out. So I'm not going to cut it until I get the hole drilled. And another thing I'm going to do different is I'm going to start on this end. This end's pretty critical. It just never occurred to me until the last attempt. This end can come out ½ an inch off and it's still going to be alright. This has got to be centered, and that's finally occurred to me last time. Hey, let's just start on the small end. It's a little more critical. So once I get the hole drilled, then I can cut out the shape and then rough it out. But the hole's a critical part, and this is just where I need to start. So if it goes wrong, I don't have to go through all of the work. So stick around. I'm going to show you the amazing drilling machine that I put together for this project. And it's been sitting on my bench now waiting for this wood to dry for about 3 months, it seems like. And I'm ready to get it off the workbench so I have more room. It's just something I needed. I need that to fulfill my life right now. So stick around and let's get started on this. Okay, notice this fine display of measurement instruments today. Actually has some block planes coming that are not here yet, but hopefully they're going to come out. So it's that hole there. That's what we need. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure the stock width, and we're coming out at 1 1/4. That's a good round measurement. Okay, and that's the width. Now the height, also 1 1/4. So we got a good square going there. Alright, now I'm going to go down there on my transferred part. This is probably making a lot of people cringe right now. Like, why would you do that? And there's 1 1/4 and 7/8. There we go. There's my center. Alright, so I got that. Oh boy, now on the toe end, this is coming out at 1 3/4 on center. Yeah, and then that's going to go 1 3/4. Alright, so you might ask yourself, what am I going to do with these lines? I'm getting ready to show you. Yeah, so I got this end squared up, and I'm going to transfer that center line next. So there's that. Now as I get these measurements on here, that's going to move this pattern. It's going to define it a lot better. So with each measurement, that hole is going to find its center, and then we can work on that center and build the rest of the shape around it. And that way I know it's going to go into the gun, made up to the gun frame correctly. So let's see what we can do next. Okay, 2 center marks. Now I have a center line. That's just going to help me to line up the drill bit, kind of give me an eyeball on how it's going to go. You know, that hole pretty critical. There's actually a stem on the shotgun that's got to fit inside that stock, so that angle has to be right in order for this stock to mount up to it. All right. Okay, so there it is, in all its coolness, splendor. 2 parts to it. We got the mounting table, and then I got the drill table. Now, this is just a ½ inch hand drill, but I got it fastened to a sled. It does come out, and There's no wiggle to it, or just very little. And then just some rails, and then I just got to go slow. So you can see that. The other piece, like I said, I'll show you the adjustments for that. But right now, that's the drill sled. That's what I'm calling it. Okay, so I got the center marked. I went ahead and took my calipers and made sure that it's coming out on the same center mark, and it is. That's center. Boy, we're getting close. That wood turned out good. Alright, so that's center. I know this center. So I think we're ready to actually mount it to the table and get this thing ready to be drilled. I'm getting kind of excited about this part. Okay, let's get this out of the way. I went ahead and got that end cut square. This backstop should be square to the table, which it is. And the good thing about this table is I can turn it to adjust that angle. And I'm going to show you a cool trick here in a second. So we got that mounted. We're going to get this mounted to the table now. Alright. Not using this part of the wood, so. Next one. Okay. You're good to go there now. Now I'm going to show you a cool trick for getting that angle. Okay. So we can do this here. Okay. Now, here's the way my head works. I got a hole in there. I got to put it all the way through. So I got a 7/8 dowel rod, which fits the diameter of the hole I made. Now, this end's flush or flat. This end should be a 90-degree angle, right? Nice and flat. So I take this beauty, which is adjustable, and it's got a specific name. I just don't remember it right now. So I'm going to put the flat up against the butt of the butt. This is going to go up to that angle. And see how that worked? There is my angle. So now I'm going to transfer this to my drill table. So we're going to be able to rotate this table where I need to. There's my angle. Okay, we're going to have to move this piece. Okay, so here's the setup. I had my center line that I'm wanting to follow with the drill bit. I put a brad nail on one end of each of that line, and then I'm able to stand back and use these as basically a gunner sight and make sure that that line lines up with the center of that drill bit. Because looking at the wood laying here and the lines and the drill bit, it gets confusing depending on where you move your head. There's nothing to really locate your eye on until you put these nails in. And everything seems to be lining up. I'm going to take this drill bit out now, and I'm going to come in here probably with a spade bit, and I'm going to start. That's how I'm going to start this hole. I'll go as far as I can with a spade bit, and then I'll go back to this one, and then hopefully complete that hole. So here we go. All right, now we're going to switch out to a 1/4 inch spade bit. Yeah. And since we get the Foster already run in, it's got the pilot in it. So that part's going to make it a little easier. Now if all this all goes right, those two holes should meet. And it's going to be a good day in the shop. Oh yeah. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and drill our hole with the longer drill bit. Now that I got the pilot hole started. Okay, so now we got this hole drilled. We can pull these nails out. I'm going to take this block and we're going to flip it around, and I'm going to start on the other end. So up to it. Those two holes, they should meet right in the middle. Should be good stuff. All I got to do on the end here, there's a washer. I'll just show you here. There's a washer on that bolt. So that means I got to cut a shoulder for that washer to sit on and pull against. So that hole needs to be that size, 5/16. And that was like about a 1/2 inch washer. So I'm going to have to use the Foster bit to cut a shoulder for that. But looking a lot better on this one. We'll just go ahead and get this swapped around now. Which is good that I have another flat end down here to locate on that. Alright, so we're going to get this anchor down, change bits, and we'll be off. Alright, so here's the measured depth of that hole that I need. So we'll take that and transfer that to the Foster bit. Right there. Okay, so now I know how deep to go with it. Okay, I want to personally express at this point how happy I am with this. That hole meets that hole. Straight through, at the proper angle even. Alright, so this is what we've been waiting for. Everything is starting to fit in there. Now I can see where I need to take wood off to get to that profile that I need. And luckily, the hole's coming out. It's centered, and I got wood now, plenty of wood to work with, that I can get this all to just to flow smoothly like the old stock. I got this up here. I got it butted up close as I can get with a file. And now I'm just going to fine tune it, and this is almost done, and I'm pretty excited about that. I never got this far before on it. So right now I'm just going to work on the wood, rasp, not the block plane, probably just rasp in the wood file, and just go nice and slow. I can mark my my spots now, as you can see right here. As you can see here, I can mark where that wrist is going to be. I can move that up now. I can take the butt plate and put that on, and that'll give me the contours for that stock also. So, or I can take the old stock and put that on, but probably use the butt plate, put that on there, screw it, and then mark that, and then I know where my lines are, and I just got to make them all connect. Just getting a head start of the rasp. That's quite a bit to take off down there. So I got to do a little more. Yeah, get yourself a good set of chisels, gouges, carving tools, because this sure helps me a lot doing this. Because for one, I'm not putting it on a saw and taking a chance. I mean, I can control this a little better. So that's a plus. Plus, it it actually cuts the grain, it doesn't chip it and splinter it. So that helps. Now we're just gonna blend it all with the good old file, wood rasp, whatever you want to call it. So this is what we got. Got some more sanding to do there, but I really don't care. To fit up right there, it fit up really nice. So I'm pretty happy with that. This side, not bad. So I think we're gonna put the bolt in. Now we're gonna go ahead and sand this and get this all completed. It's rough right now. And then we'll put the bolt in. I'm going to show you the finished product. Okay, so now I got the shotgun in here. I can see how much I need to take off this, and we're going to get that marked. It's good to use pencil because it's not going to leave, you know, black stuff on your gun stock. Okay, so this is my recently acquired beauty here, and what I'm going to use that for is I'm going to use it for my center line. So coming off this surface all the way down, that just scribed me a center line, and that's going to be so useful as I do this. As long as I have this flat surface here and I don't move this block, I can find that center line at any point. So, well, until I get down to where I can't be scratching holes in the wood anymore. That's going to help me with shaping this. The top point, this top of the comb, it comes to a point as it goes into the wrist. So that's what I'm going to do here. And now with that center line, I know where them points need to made up, and that'll help balance it out on each side. So not going to leave it to chance on that one, right? Alright, so we're going back to it. It's just a wood rasp right now. Let's see, it's taking off quite a bit. Remember to get these corners to match. Once it gets close enough, I got like a half moon deal here, and that's going to help with the angles here. And that's actually where it's going to start forming the curvature here, and it's going to flare out into the rest of the stock, and then it's going to help with that wrist to be a nice fluent line. So this is going to help me know how much to take off of this also, and then I'll be able to get the roundness on here once I get that established. So you just got to go slow and pay attention to what's going on, and you know, not get in a hurry. Definitely don't get in a hurry. So I'm going to go ahead and continue working on this nice little point here on the comb. So here's the point, and I'll come back here. What I'm going to do now, since I got two square sides, is I'm going to make sure that these come off this at the same point. And this is also going to help me know how much I need to take off of what side. So there's that mark here. I got another reference now. And I can see I got to take some more off of this corner here. So, okay, so this is what we're dealing with now. Starting to look like a gun stock. This here's fitting a lot closer than it was. Same here. I still got room to sand, which is what I'm happy about. What I'm going to do now is try to get this crease here, this gap, and that gap eliminated. And that's just going to be a little bit of filing and putting this together multiple times. It's kind of rough. It's going to be difficult, I should say, because this is cast and it's not even. Didn't wear even, wasn't put together even, something. But hey, we can only do what we can do, right? So stick around, here we go. seems like day 400, but here's what we got. I took the polyurethane off. It didn't really match the rest of the gun, so I took that off and I used the Boyle linseed on it, and it's still a little dry or a little tacky. So on the end, I just made a steel butt plate, put that on there, and got it fitted. This little file and little sandpaper. So it's just hard to believe that we got that out of this, and that's what we started with. So we'll see if we can put them together here. We did, yeah, there we go. So